Okay, right. Um, Today I have a couple of videos which I want to do. Um, Listen, I'm coming off a night duty, super tired, but I have a couple of videos which I want to do. And I want to start it light-hearted because later on I wanna record like the Tory Lanes make the stadium situation, and I know I might get a bit, I might go in a little bit. So I wanna do this video. I'm gonna upload it, and then I wanna do the next video, which I wanna do after this one is I wanna do like a tier list of my favorite black ladies, cause you know me, call it simping or whatever. I love me some black ladies, some black women, nice, wholesome black women who are, I would say, like like the baddest at the moment. So I wanna do like a tier list of like my favorite, as I always like upload them on my Instagram daily happenings. But anyway, so today we'll start it very light-hearted. One of my favorite actors, Keanu Reeves, one of the most wholesome guys around, and I fuck with like real motherfuckers, and that's why I want to react to this. I saw it yesterday. I did not watch it. I was avoiding it. I didn't want to watch it. Just for this reaction here, because I want to give like an honest reaction. So without further ado, Mr. John Wick himself. Let's hear what Patrick CC has dug up and all has brought for us. So let's go. All right.
I don't know where you've been sold, but I'd be insane not to play
The
my
fuck?
role. Yeah, I know I can break a fall.
Anyway.
Most celebrities' lowest moments, biggest freakouts, or controversies draw the most interest from the general public. For Keanu Reeves, it's the total opposite. The more normal, down-to-earth, and humble he is, the bigger the response. In this 2011 video that has 16 million views, a woman backed her Mercedes SUV into Keanu.
Um, I really do want to say, for the most part, for what I've heard about Keanu Reeves, a very genuine, lovely fella. And listen, that's what we need more in the world. I mean, that's what we need to promote more in the world. More genuineness, more wholesomeness. And I know the fuckery is all good, the shenanigans is all good, but I mean, we need some more wholeness, like for the brighter future. Like, I mean, for the next generations. It takes one person to start doing some shit. I'm telling you, like it doesn't matter. It's like uploading this shit, like, or uploading whatever, doing these videos. It might get 5 views, but if 5 people and one of those 5 people's pass it on to the next person, and they've been touched in some sort of way, in a nice way, I feel like we all have to do our part. We all have to do our part. So that's why I fuck with Keanu Reeves, and I hope like Patrick is gonna really highlight everything.
Reeves' classic 1973 Norton Commando 750 motorcycle while the actor was inside a medical building. The Beverly Hills police showed up to document the incident. Keanu talks with them and the woman, just like any normal person would, and drives off after a couple of minutes. In this 2021 video, Keanu talks to his fans about his motorcycle. 8.3 million views, with people dissecting it like it's some kind of social experiment. I like the distance they keep. He does nothing to keep them at bay, but their respect shows in the way they stand back and give him space. And meanwhile, he's smiling, talking, reaching out to them. He's doing
And
nothing to push them
and mind you, this is like what I mean about like people like what you said is like people were shocked. Like people are like dissecting it like it's a social experiment. But really and truly, it's just humanity. He's just a great guy. He's just a nice guy, and he's acting like a human being. There's no benefit he's trying to capitalize off doing nice gestures. And I feel like if we push that enough, we can get that going. We can get that going. You know what I mean? Like it's, it's a humanity thing, man. We're all human. We're all brave. We all, if we get cut, we all bleed. You know what I mean? So I feel like niggas. Oh, shit. No. Oh, no. Let me not make it about ninjas. I feel like people, like humans, are getting lost somewhere in the sauce. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this internet shit is getting too far. The societies, these young kids, like they don't understand what humanity is. They're getting so desensitized by situations because of what they see, like on the internet, in the news. Sometimes, like for those who watch the news, everything is just about desensitizing human beings. Like, you know what I mean? Making us emotionless. Yeah.
them away. In this 2015 video, Keanu walks through an airport in a hurry while stopping to take some photos with fans. He is flying commercial and has no bodyguards despite him being worth $350 million, 7.7 million views. Here's what Joe Rogan had to say about Keanu.
That guy sits on the subway by himself. No, like,
that's freaking awesome.
yeah, but there's no obvious outward displays of wealth from him. I mean, he's insanely wealthy.
Yeah.
But when
There you go. He just said it right there. There's no display of wealth. And not that, no, I'm not saying that people don't have to display their wealth. Like you can do all that. But I feel like if you really are a human being who wants to change shit, or who wants to do good, or to how can I explain it? If you really wanna make changes in this shit, you gotta stop doing the norm. Like you gotta stop money worshipping and all this other shit. Like, cause listen, money comes and goes. You know what I mean? But there is more to situations, more to things. There's more from us humans we can pass on to each other. Instead of like this materialistic shit. That humanity thing, like that connection, that's, that whirlwind, if you wanna call it, that spiritual shit.
you see him, he's dressed like me.
Yeah.
He's got like a regular watch on, sneakers. He's normal as man. It's real weird.
Some of you might think it's weird that people praise Keanu for having basic human decency, which goes to show you how Hollywood has lowered our expectations for celebrities immensely. But once you learn about Keanu's rough upbringing, as well as his over-the-top acts of generosity, you will understand why he has earned the title of the nicest man in Hollywood. Make sure you're drinking water. Keanu's father, Samuel Reeves, struggled with substance abuse, was in and out of prison for selling heroin until he ultimately abandoned his family when Keanu was just 3 years old, forcing his mother, Patricia, left to raise 2 children on her own, working tirelessly as a costume designer. Patricia married and divorced 4 different men during Keanu's upbringing. According to Keanu's sister, the revolving door of men had a substantial impact on their childhood. How we lived our lives depended on the man of the moment. Despite having numerous father figures growing up, the kids were on their own for the most part. Kim claims, "We never had anyone to play with us, to watch me riding horses or Keanu playing hockey." We all know that young men who grow up without stable father figures are more likely to grow up aggressive, angry, depressed, and
Yeah, for the most part, But I feel like sometimes it's like trying, like, mind you, like sometimes when you grow up without a father, you're trying to prove something. You're trying to show that you're a man. You can run shit. But I feel like sometimes, like, these are choices niggas make. Like I don't want to say niggas. Why am I saying niggas? Like or sometimes these are choices people make. You know what I mean? You can choose to be different. Like, it's okay to be emotional. I feel like it's okay to show emotions. I feel like if you show emotions, like, there's nothing which is more connecting if you can pass on like pure emotions towards someone, whether that's like praising someone, or like what can I say? Like, whether you want to connect with someone, like, through genuine deeds. Like, I feel like people don't understand, like, being genuine, like being yourself and being real towards with the things you want to do, just being a genuine person can work out. It might not work out on a scale which you think it would, but it just you have to get to 2 or 3 people, and this is what I'm saying about uploading and thinking that, oh, you get millions of views. Of course, it's a fast pace. If you get millions of views, then it's a fast paced thing. But if you get 35 views, if you get 5 views, and then one of them people like you really genuinely pass on like that genuine emotion, you never know that one person. That one person might grow up, or there might be a person who can change a lot. So it's all about just being real, keep it real, and then maybe you can change one person's life. It's not about millions. It starts with one.
Often repeat the cycle of abandonment. Keanu was set up for failure from the very beginning. His teachers noticed a vague sadness that loomed above him like a dark cloud. He spent more than 5 years bouncing from one high school to another, including one where he got expelled because he was too rambunctious. Keanu thinks he talked too much and was not generally the most well-oiled machine in the school. I was just getting in their way, I guess. Keanu felt a strong disconnect from others. They made him feel unwelcome, which did not change when he arrived in Hollywood. Reeves' agents told him that his name was too ethnic. Now this was the mid-1980s, but it still seems like a silly thing to worry about. And although Keanu was justifiably annoyed about it, he actually took what they said into consideration and tried a different name.
The drone age has begun in the large-scale military online action game War Thunder. Experience complete.
Calling himself Casey or Casey Reeves. But whenever he had auditions and they called Casey, he wouldn't respond. Most people would not even consider changing their name, let alone actually giving it a shot. Keanu proved early on he was open-minded and easy to work with. He went back to using his real name and it had zero negative impact on his career. What did have an impact on his career were some of the roles he landed early on. The foundation for Hollywood's nice guy was built on him being casted as somewhat of a teen heartthrob. Young and handsome male actors often accrue fan bases of women who romanticize them as the perfect guy. First, he starred in NBC's Babes in Toyland, Act of Vengeance, and Brotherhood of Justice, as well as making his first motion picture appearances in the sports drama Youngblood and the low-budget romantic drama Flying. But when he met casting director Carrie Fraser, everything changed. He walked in the door and I went, oh my god, this is my guy. It was just because of the way he held his body. His shoes were untied, and what he was wearing looked like a young person growing into being a man. I was over the moon about him. His youth appeal earned him roles in dramas such as The Night Before, The Prince of Pennsylvania, and Permanent Record. But his big break came in 1989 with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Although the film received mixed reviews, it was a solid box office success, grossing $40 million against a $10 million budget. Reeves
That was a cult classic. Cult classic. I think everyone knows that. Bill and Ted. Cult classic. Great movie.
His portrayal as Ted Logan significantly boosted Keanu's Hollywood profile. Before getting the part, director Stephen Herrick screened between 200 and 300 actors for the main roles, requesting that each actor try out for both leading roles. Keanu was among the first to audition, and Herrick immediately set on casting him as Ted. When Keanu came in, he was one of the first. It was really kind of like, wow, he's Ted, and there was sort of a lovable goofiness to him. But Keanu wasn't just acting as a lovable good guy. That was really him. He proved that in 1991, where his act of kindness changed a man's career. In the adventure film My Own Private Idaho, Keanu co-starred along River Phoenix as a street hustler. Before filming, director Gus Van Sant struggled conceptualizing actors for the two lead roles. He sent the script out to Keanu and River's agents expecting them to reject it. Reeves' agent was open to the project, however, Phoenix's agent stopped reading the screenplay halfway down the first page, adamantly declining. Van Sant convinced Keanu to personally deliver the script to River Phoenix at his home in Florida since they were friends. Keanu did the director a massive favor, and over the 1990 Christmas holiday, he rode his motorcycle from his family home in Canada to the Phoenix family ranch in Macanopy, Florida, roughly a 2,100 kilometer or 1,300 mile ride.
Wow. You see, determination. It's like if you peep something, if you feel like something is gonna work, go for it. It's that drive. It's that thing where you feel like something's gonna work. Don't just give up on it. Just go.
After the long ride, River read the script and wanted the role that Keanu was casted as, but they convinced him to take the edgier role of the drug-addicted hustler, Mike, which he accepted. The craziest part is, River ended up getting way more praise than Keanu in this film. Phoenix won Best Actor honors at the Venice Film Festival, the National Society of Film Critics, and the Independent Spirit Awards. Tragically, in 1993, following several days of binging on cocaine and heroin, 23-year-old River Phoenix passed away outside Hollywood's Viper Room nightclub, right in front of his brother, sister, and girlfriend. Keanu has rarely mentioned his close friendship with River over the years, opting to keep that part of his life private, but River's death still feels like a fresh wound to Keanu's heart even 30 years later. But if we're being honest, Keanu driving that motorcycle wasn't much of a sacrifice. That man loves to ride. However, during the filming of The Devil's Advocate, he gave up something that 99% of other actors wouldn't: money. The Devil's Advocate is a supernatural
And this is where I'm talking about, like, when shit gets, like, of course, I always feel like, of course we need money. Everyone needs money to survive, especially in this society, especially in this setup we have, like, in this world, right? But I feel like sometimes, like, money is not everything. You gotta have to like lock in and think of the huge. I don't know, man, but I feel like it's only a small amount of people who can turn away money, you know.
thriller that follows a young lawyer who dives deep into the dark world of success and temptation. While casting, producers approached Oscar winner Al Pacino, who turned down the role of John Milton 3 separate times due to the cliche nature of the character. Pacino even suggested Robert Redford and Sean Connery for the role. Keanu reportedly took a substantial pay cut worth millions of dollars so that producers could meet Al Pacino's salary demands. And yet again, Keanu's sacrifice benefited everyone but him. The film grossed over
I'm telling you, it benefited everyone around him, but him. He didn't make no money. He took a loss. But like I said, there's always a bigger picture. You gotta look forward. I know it's a hard thing to. I know it's a hard thing to grasp. I feel like people don't understand when. Yes, yeah, man. Oh no, man. Yeah.
$61 million at the box office, and Al Pacino's performance was highly praised as one of the few bright spots in the film, and it wasn't the last time he gave up some of his salary. The actor reportedly took a 90% pay cut 3 years later so that he could star alongside Gene Hackman in The Replacements. But it didn't really matter if Keanu was a great guy or not, because many people thought he was a mediocre actor. In his most successful film at this point, he was considered the worst performer. Bram Stoker's Dracula was the award-winning gothic horror film where Reeves portrayed Jonathan Harker. The film was critically and commercially successful, grossing $82 million worldwide, surpassing Point Break as Keanu's highest-grossing film. Although the film was a success, many critics disagreed with Keanu's casting and considered his performance weak. Total film writer Josh Winning said that Keanu's work spoiled the movie. He mentioned it in a 2011 list of 50 performances that ruined movies. Keanu's attempt at an English accent has been considered one of the worst accents in the history of recorded film.
Yes, of course, sir. If I may inquire, what in fact happened to Mr. Renfield in Transylvania?
But it doesn't stop there. In 1993, Keanu had a role in the Shakespearean-based romantic comedy Much Ado About Nothing. Despite receiving positive reviews, Reeves' casting once again garnered criticism, and he would be nominated for Worst Supporting Actor at the Golden Raspberry Awards. After 2 more lackluster drama films, Keanu's career was on life support. Luckily for him, something big was right around the corner. Speed, an action classic whose premise revolves around a bus that is rigged by a terrorist to explode if its speed falls below.
Literally, man. Yo, this movie right here, I remember as a youngin in Africa, and we used to borrow each of us cassette tapes. Like, yo, there was this guy who used to have like all the new movies. For some reason, like, he just spawned with new movies, and like that one cassette tape would go around the whole mission, like, cause we lived in a mission in Africa, like it's a mission. And that one cassette tape, this is where we all watched Speed. And it would be so annoying when you go to school when the other family got the tape and they're talking about, oh, they're talking about, oh yeah, Speed this, Speed that, because it wasn't our turn to watch the movie yet. But that one cassette tape, that's how I watched Speed for the first time, and I remember it vividly. Like it was ingrained in my brain. Like I remember it. Um, one of the greats, one of the greats. But yeah,
50 miles per hour. In 1993, executives were looking for an actor to portray the protagonist, Officer Jack Traven. They considered Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Wesley Snipes, and Woody Harrelson, but landed on Keanu. And again, he had to make some major sacrifices for this role. The director, Jean de Bont, didn't want the character to have long hair, so Keanu shaved his head. But then the studio executives got so upset over his shaved head that they demanded he wear a wig. But this was the director's vision, so they trusted him. However, there were more problems. DeBont didn't think Reeves looked strong enough. The thing with Keanu is that he looks very boyish. I didn't want him to be like a kid, and he loves to be like a kid. Keanu was yet again dedicated to completing a director's vision. He spent 2 months filling out his frame and getting in shape for the role. He was nervous in the beginning, then he got addicted to the adrenaline. This was only Keanu's second action film, but the hard work paid off big time. The summer of 1994 saw the release of Speed, which
yep, yep. Unfortunately, in Africa, we didn't get it until like 90. I think it got bigger until like 97, 98. We got it like 97, 98, but nevertheless.
grossed $350 million on a $30 million budget, becoming the fifth highest grossing film of 1994 and winning 2 Academy Awards. And if you needed another reason to know how little Keanu cares about money, he turned down a $12 million offer to star in Speed 2, Cruise Control, despite the original being his most successful.
One of his best decision ever. One of his best decision ever. That Speed 2 was horrible. I watched it, but it was horrible. Oh my gosh. Sequels are never good, man. It's only a few sequels which are great. Like sequels are never good.
Project to date at that point in his career.
I feel like you can't capture magic twice. Like you can't capture like the essence of something twice. Like something goes, it has to go once. It's once, and when you capture that magic, it's like an authentic magic. It's once, and this is why I feel like so many shows like you watch so many shows and some of them are so shitty after like season 3 because they are trying to recapture the essence of like the first go at it. So yeah.
Here, it wasn't against any of the artists that were involved in the project, but at the time, I'm sure we've all had this kind of feeling sometimes when things just don't feel right, and that's how I was feeling. Because of this decision, Keanu was blacklisted by 20th Century Fox for a decade. It was okay when he sacrificed his own money, but Hollywood executives will punish those that get in the way of making the millions. Unfortunately for them, the blacklist did not prevent Keanu from becoming a global superstar, because his next film was about to set him up for life. The Matrix depicts a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside a simulated reality that intelligent machines have created.
I feel like this movie single-handedly shifted like consciousness towards people. It single-handedly it captured people's consciousness. Though I know those guys now are like the guys who directed this movie. I know they're Transformers now. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, the first Matrix captured like a stream of consciousness, like of like it will be the younger generations and even the older it captured something. It shifted something when this movie came out.
created to distract humans while using their bodies as an energy source. Keanu was not the producer's first choice. Will Smith declined because he thought the film was too
Dumb decision, but I mean, we are all walking our own paths. So that role wasn't meant for Will Smith.
ambitious. Nicolas Cage refused because he didn't want to film in Australia for that long. Brad Pitt declined to star in Fight Club. Good choice. Sandra Bullock felt that Neo should be a man and that she didn't fit, and even Johnny Depp declined, leaving them with Keanu, who felt lucky to be considered for this movie. In preparation for the role, Keanu spent several months enduring intense martial arts training, which was intense considering he was fighting a pretty serious injury. He had a bulging disc in his spine, which led to him having a 2-level fusion on his spine before training and getting a plate in his neck. He never told anyone because he wouldn't have been able to do the film, so he trained for The Matrix in a neck brace. Upon release, The Matrix opened to widespread acclaim from critics who praised its innovative visual effects, action sequences, cinematography, and entertainment value. It was a massive success at the box office, grossing over $460 million on a $63 million budget, becoming the highest grossing Warner Bros. Film of 1999 and the 4th highest grossing film of that year. Keanu reportedly made $14 million for his role before scoring an extra $49 million after the film because of the box office success. The Matrix is a classic, and although Keanu was a successful actor before, he had officially secured legendary status with this film. As if his father's abandonment and losing his best friend wasn't enough pain inflicted on Keanu, he was about to face another tragedy immediately at the highest point in his life. Keanu and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme were expecting the birth of their first child. The baby was stillborn 8 months into Jennifer's pregnancy, which they found out on Christmas Eve in 1999. Suffering from postnatal depression and the grief of losing their child, the relationship didn't last as Keanu and Jennifer eventually split. They remained good friends and were on the verge of getting back together until Jennifer died in a tragic car accident in 2001, just one day after she'd met with Keanu. And even with this unfathomable amount of tragedy, Keanu remains strong and uses his grief as motivation to give to others, because shortly after this, Keanu started a cancer foundation. In 2009, Reeves revealed that he has a private foundation that's been running for 5 or 6 years, and it helps aid a couple of children's hospitals and cancer research. I don't like to attach my name to it, I just let the foundation do what it does. Where most celebrities try to indulge in their own moral grandstanding and pretentiousness when they do a good deed, Keanu kept it private for as long as possible, but his generosity doesn't stop there. During production of the sequel, The Matrix Reloaded, Keanu filmed a scene where his character Neo was involved in a battle fighting a bunch of clones of Agent Smith. The scene involved a dozen stuntmen who all acted as different Smiths in the scene. To thank them for their hard work, Keanu generously gave each member of the film's stunt team a brand new Harley-Davidson motorbike. And no, this wasn't the only time he ever gave gifts to cast members. Reeves gave his John Wick Chapter 4 stunt team personalized Rolex sub
And this is what I mean about not talking about, like, do you know how much I watch these videos where people do like this giveaway, not giveaways, but like when they go and give people and they record it and stuff like that. It's all good because first of all, I want to try and whether whatever the person who's giving, if even if they don't mean it, I'm just advocating for the person who's receiving. That's what I want to watch. I want someone to be winning, even if the person who's giving doesn't genuinely feel like that they're not using that genuineness with the giving. They would have to face their own karma about that. I just advocate for the people who will be receiving. I like people to receive something. I like us for us, or I like that picture of like people to understand that giving is good. Like giving is good. And if the person who's giving are taking opportunity for their own gain, that's their own karma they will have to suffer. But at least someone got something out of something. And if we can show these kids that giving is good, then well done.
Submariner watches to thank
Oh yeah, and mind you, Keanu never spoke about like giving. He never spoke about him giving people shit. It's all the people who he gave shit. Some of them decided to talk about it, and another thing which I find so intriguing and which I love. It's like many people who I study, who I follow, they do that thing of they do this shit in private, and then the people they help sometimes they decide to talk about it, and I like that. I like that. It's not clout.
Them for their hard work. The watches were worth $10,000 each. He also took care of the Matrix Resurrection stunt team, booking them an all-expenses-paid trip to the premiere. As a token of his appreciation, Reeves took care of the private jet travel and hotel accommodations, premiere tickets, and even organized a special post-premiere brunch for invitees, among other gifts. It was reported by multiple news outlets that Keanu donated $31.5 million, or 70% of his Matrix money to cancer.
See, I like that. It was reported, so they're guessing. They don't know. They don't know the facts. It's just it was reported that he gave 31.5. He might give 50. He might give less, but it doesn't matter. It was reported. Like they're all guessing, but he done it. That's the main thing. He done it.
Cancer research. However, the story is not true. Keanu Reeves did not donate 70% of his salary to charity, his publicist confirmed. The internet immediately ran with this narrative because anytime they can get an excuse to praise Keanu,
just as I said it, just as I said it, I swear I didn't plan it. I just spoke about it. But I mean, that's what I mean, though.
Keanu for his generosity, they will take it. And after all, it does seem like something he would do. Ironically, the gesture that got him the most praise and attention was by far the most simple and normal. In 2011, this video of Keanu on the New York City subway went viral. After noticing a woman carrying a hefty bag, he pointed to.
And look at that. First of all, I think this is just a ninja sitting who saw Keanu Reeves and started recording, and we're in the recording era. Look at that. He's recording him just because it's Keanu Reeves, right? Keanu doesn't know the camera is there, so humanity, and this is what I mean about doing things just because. Don't do shit because you feel like, oh, someone is watching, or just do shit. Just do normal helping shit. Like, just be a good person. Don't do shit like just because you feel like, oh, you're being recorded or something, or you're recording like a video and shit like. So I'll give you 500, but wait, let me take a video camera. Let me show people that I'm giving you this shit. Just do shit. Do some simple, nice shit for nobody but yourself. I feel like it's good to do shit for yourself as a human being, helping other people who are human beings. You know what I mean? I really don't understand how people don't get that. Like how it's so simple. This great shit, like money shit, all.
To his seat and asked if she wanted to sit down. The woman accepted the offer, at which point Keanu got up to let her take the seat he was occupying. The video has more than 42 million views. Just the idea of him riding the subway instead of some limousine or having a personalized driver made people relate to the icon.
Human being. Humanity, human being. Like, it doesn't mean that if you have 42 million in a bank that you have to be riding around in like
let alone
in like limousines. It doesn't mean that if you have thousands of dollars you have to be wearing jewelry, of which like ninjas, black community ninjas, we need to grip that shit up. It seems so simple, but it seems like it's like people's mindsets are so different.
Up his seat. Many photos of him with women went viral that point out his no touching policy. He was being coined a respectful king.
Yeah, well, that one. If the grubbing thing, hey, that's you, man. That's you. If a bad bee took a picture of me, if she allows it and if it's consensual, I'm grabbing ass. Oh no ass. I mean I'm grabbing like properly, because I like to hold. You know, I'm a holder.
because he refuses to rest his hand on women while taking photos with them, and he rather just floats it a few inches away from their back. Most celebrities' dark side or
But shout out to Keanu,
controversies
though.
drive the most engagement. For Keanu, it's the total opposite. Viral Keanu news is him giving to homeless people, or spending time with them on the street, playing with puppies, showing a plush toy around China, or dropping
And mind you, like this is what I'm saying. He's just doing this shit, and people are just recording him. It's not like he's looking for like, oh shit, there's a camera somewhere. Let me go and talk to this homeless person. No, it's people actually just noticing this guy doing humane shit, which we are all supposed to be doing. Humane shit. It's not hard. It's simple. Be a nice person. Humane shit. And then he gets recorded, and of course, like sometimes it might look fake, but I mean, I don't think he's going out there looking for like there's no way he's going out there looking for like, oh, a Kodak moment. No. He's just living. He understands, like he's been through shit, and this is the thing. It's people don't get it. I think it's like you have to go through shit like to understand certain shit. Once you've gone through certain things, you understand the value of certain things. Like you understand the value of like communication. You understand the value of talking to other human beings as human beings. You understand the value of like and you understand the value of the non-materialistic shit. I think this is where many of us are failing. That social media flashy shit, it's all good, but I don't feel like it feels. If it's so good, but I don't feel like it feels so. I don't know.
genuine wisdom on us.
What do you think happens when we die, Keanu Reeves?
I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
With all the pain Keanu has experienced, combined with the massive success he's had in Hollywood, he chose to remain a kind-hearted, humble man rather than a self-righteous narcissist. Most celebrities sell their souls for fame and fortune. Keanu uses his fame and fortune to help others. And although it may seem like he is over-celebrated for the smallest acts of kindness, Keanu Reeves has proved time and time again that he isn't a great guy by Hollywood standards, he is just a great human being.
Nice outro, nice outro, nice outro. And like I said, it seems like people would feel like there's nothing to fathom, like how it's be a nice person. Be a nice person. I think that's it. And don't be a nice person for like for anything. Be a nice person for yourself. Be a good person for everyone around you. Just be a genuine nice good person. There's no need to be doing fucked up shit unless someone really fucks you over. Like I always say, like everyone can get pushed like to a certain limit. Like even the nicest of the people. Like we all have that fire in all of us. Like if we get pushed to a certain thing, but most of the time, really and truly, it's just be a human. Be nice. I don't wanna be like a preachy person, but I always say like don't do things like because you feel like you need to do it. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Anyway, I really enjoyed this video. Shout out Patrick CC. I like all the in-depth you do, like the research and everything. So shout out to you. So yeah, great video. I can't wait to upload this. All right. Shout out Keanu Reeves. Let's all be human. It's nothing special here. It's just be a genuine person. All right. If you want to like and subscribe, please do. But if you don't, then fuck you. All right. Peace out.